Hello family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mrs. Independent, and family, thank you so much. We are on our road to 1,000 before end of May, or by end of May. Thank you so much for your support, and 93% who still not yet subscribe, I beg you, show your girl some love and subscribe so that we hit 1,000 by end of May. So we are still in this web, this maze that is so confusing. Honestly, Senzo Meiwa's case, for me, it's a futile exercise, and we are going to have a miscarriage of justice in our hands even after this case. Whether these guys are prosecuted and sentenced, honestly, it will not be the correct people who has done what they did to Senzo. And it will be sad because wrong people will be prosecuted and sentenced for things that they didn't do. While people who did, or a person who did, it's still roaming out and having peace. Because now, if you look at this case, honestly, it is so wrong. I mean, to start with, the judge that we were so hoping that he will carry the case and he will lead us into some confidence, he failed us miserably. The court allowed for a fact-finding exercise to be had as a credible evidence to support the allegation against the accused, right? So now it's like there's Mohola sitting there in the court every day taking notes and going back to Gininda to give information to Gininda. And Gininda, when he gets that information, he goes and do some more digging to rebut the information or what was said in the court, right? Secondly, the evidence, we had the evidence of Mohola. By the way, we know that he's not a prudent investigator. He was just doing the PA work as she does right now. She was never a prudent investigator. So in this case, we see again the prosecutor with no regard for the truth and facts at all. He doesn't care. He is just doing what he wants to do just because the judge is on his side. And it's so sad. We had again the evidence of Zungu. That evidence of Zungu. Zungu is not credible witness at all altogether. Zungu have seen things happening right in front of him and never reported those things. So now you tell me that person is credible, who came like 8 years later or 9 years later to give his statement as a witness. And thirdly, we have confessions of Ntanzi and Sibia, and which were admitted by the judge. But when you listen to Mohola, when she was being cross-examined like a few weeks ago, she actually said they knew that Sibia is lying. You know, when he was giving his confession, they knew, but it was allowed. And I wonder what judge is saying, and he never said anything, but because he's taking notes, like the day he will be giving his judgment, what is he going to say about Mohola testifying under oath that they knew that he was lying, that Sibia was lying with his confession. Honestly, and now we have hosts on the stand testifying on the Section 205s that are from 2018 to date, but there are no Section 25 for 2014, so for the accused communicating, it's still not a crime. It's still not a crime. There's nothing that tangible that leads us to the 24th, to 2014, when he was deleted, when Senzo was deleted. There is nothing as yet, and it doesn't look like there is anything, because what we heard again yesterday is, especially for accused number 3, Baloyi is using the 205s for 20, I'm not sure, but for when accused number 3 was being prosecuted for the murder that happened, for some other case, but not for 363. Yeah, let us take a lesson from Elton Hart, just to give us a bit of understanding of these lies and web of lies.
Admitted and have been and confessions have been admitted as evidence. Can we talk about those confessions, right? Because we spent a lot of time looking at the trial within a trial, analyzing those 2 confessions. Should other developments have come now that we can confirm, and the court has confirmed, that those confessions are admissible?
But Naledi, we should not lose sight of this point. Although the confessions is admissible, the state now still has to prove whatever has been said in that confessions is actually true. It's just now, yes, they can now be confronted with this evidence because now it's admissible. It can be presented in court. But it doesn't mean what is in that confessions, it's actually the truth of what happened on that fateful night of 26 October 2014. So they still need to prove that this is the truth. So hence you saw now their cell phone analyst came to say that I think it's accused number 5 and number 3 was speaking to people, and they were trying to now link them to most probably to Kelly Khumalo has been mentioned in the confessions, and some other people, to see how the network actually works together. So the state still has this uphill battle to actually prove the truth in that confessions, and obviously these guys will come and testify again, but we didn't say that this was extracted by force, wara, those type of stories.
Yeah.
No, I do agree, but my thing from the get-go is, I said the NPA was supposed to charge the 7 people that was in the house, plus these 5. Put all 12 in that dock, and let them say who was involved in what way. Because clearly you could hear from the evidence, and if you talk about the trial under Judge Maumela and the trial now under Judge Mogatleng now, the witnesses like Tumelo Madlala, Zandi Khumalo, they've altered their stories. And for me, that speaks to, because if for some reason something happens and these 5 guys get acquitted, and they now want to charge Kelly Khumalo based on the confessions because it was found admissible, she's just going to say, but I told you it was those 5 guys that killed Senzo, and then all of them will be acquitted, and that would be now the biggest travesty of justice. And I thought they should have charged them all, and even Gininda them, knowing from 2020 already that Kelly Khumalo is an implicated person based on the confessions, because they had the confessions. Why did they not join her as accused number 6 already? So for me, there's a lot of questions surrounding that. Why are they waiting? Because if she's there as an accused person, she has to now testify. And I can understand maybe there's a little trick in it, because co-accused cannot implicate each other. Then the court needs to sort of use the evidence with caution. But for me, I would have put her in as accused number 6 and let them implicate each other.
Yeah. It's very technical, all of it, isn't it? So what then should be the right step towards, I suppose, the justice that you want to see for the family, and how the trial then proceeds? What would you want to see?
No, I think now they should pick up speed. For me, that's the first thing, to pick up speed, and obviously the state also. And I would not leave the state alone, because the state also, they were sort of half secretive about the information that they gave, because there was that Constable Zungu guy. They were in possession of his statement, and they did not want to disclose his name, but they could have redacted his name from the statement and at least give the defense teams, because of him, there was also a long delay that the guy said, but we didn't know that this witness is going to come. We need the statements, we need postponements, we need to consult, all those type of things. So the state, when they actually provide discovery, as we call it, making available of documents, they were supposed to give everything that they're going to. They cannot work out strategy as they go. Yes, you change your strategy as you go with your leading of witnesses, but sometimes you need to have all your evidence at least available that you're going to use and check. How can I use? No, I don't use it, but you need to give it to the defense team so that they can also take instructions, so that we don't have unnecessary delays for taking of instructions, because these guys are in custody. You need to make arrangements to see them, so you can't consult in court, because sometimes it's very difficult because there's no private spaces. So all these things should be checked and actually streamlined so that we can get more speed on how witnesses is led.
Yeah, considering that Khumalo, the former girlfriend of Senzo Meyiwa, has been implicated in these two confessions that were analyzed for the come up as a state witness, and would that be leniency?
I would not think that she can come up as a state witness, because now what is she going to testify to the state? If she comes up as a state witness and they offer her indemnity in terms of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act, it would literally mean that you actually saying all masterminds in South Africa involved in commission of crime can turn state witnesses and implicate people that they've sent to actually do the execution. So the mastermind in the AKA matter can then be said, okay, we'll give you a 204 indemnity, just come and testify against these guys that was actual shooters, spotters, and coordinators. So I don't think they will she will be used as a state witness, because it seems like she was the coordinator of the assassination of Senzo Meyiwa. Yeah. So they say money talks in South Africa, and I've seen so many cases, and I've been, over the 18 years that I've been in criminal courts, I've seen that where you get a guy that can't even afford 100 rand for bail, and then you get guys with lots of money that can actually drag out criminal trials for years and years, use every avenue and loophole in the system to exploit, and then they can also take matters on appeal and on appeal and on appeal. So, as they say, some people are more equal than others. That's what we find. When you have money, you can get the best lawyers. You can have 10 sets of lawyers. You can fire lawyers as you want, and that can all prolong the cases, and sometimes it can also help you actually escape the arms of justice.
So yeah, it really shows that this is a mess. We will never get to know the truth either way. And thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe.